always sunny in a rich man's world.
Well, first of all, it is not a rich man's world at the Kingstowne Communion. We pride ourselves in being a church that is lean, that keeps our expenses low so that we can give back to our community, so that we can care as we should, so that we can be in mission as we should, so that we can do the courageous, collaborative, and creative work of God without big overhead. That's who we are as a church. And welcome to our first installment of our monthly finance updates. We want to keep you, as the stewards, the stakeholders in this beautiful church that you love, we want to keep you informed. This will be the first and only time that you will see me doing this finance update. You will see other faces. So I want to introduce you to our finance team, this team that gathered together for the very first time in 2021, as we are now an independent and sustainable congregation responsible for our own mission and ministry. And so this team is led by Melissa Russell, our treasurer, who sits on our leadership team. It also includes our finance administrator, the person who handles our books and our expenses and our revenue, Allie Richards. And also it includes Nicole Borelli-Linkay, Laura Costa, Megan Collins, and Trey Lewis, our lay leader, sits on it to keep himself informed. That is your finance team, and they are doing a wonderful job. I wanted you to know who that is. Know that this finance team stewards the money of the church, but they do not know who gives, how much they give. They do not know this information. They are not privy to confidential information. They just help us stay on track as a church where our revenue and our expenses meet, and we can continue to be a thriving congregation for years to come. So there's two things that we want to share with you in these monthly updates. First, how are we doing? Are our expenses and revenue meeting? How is cash flow? Are we able to pay our staff? So that's the first piece of it. And I'm going to hold that for the end today. The other piece of it is, where is your giving going? When you give to the Kingstowne Communion, what are you helping to support? Where has it been going this month before? And I'm going to share with you today where your giving has gone in January and in February. First, your giving has helped us care for our community when we've been most isolated and most disparate in this time. We are not together regularly, and there are people in our congregation who are needing an uplifting word, are needing to know that we care for them, that we remember them. One way that we did that at the beginning of January is we dropped off a care kit on the porch of every health worker's home in our congregation to say, thank you, we see you, this is hard for you. We see you and we thank you for the ways that you are constantly sacrificing of your own self and your family's well-being in order to serve the greater good. And so we dropped those off. You did that. Your giving did that. In addition to that, in February, as it's getting cold and winter is setting into our bones, we dropped off Valentines for every person in our congregation, 90 Valentines for each household, to say, we love you, we remember you, we care about you, and that we know that Valentine's is not an easy day for most people. It's not this beautiful romantic holiday for everyone, and we remember you and we love you, and here's a little bit of bright light in your life because you have been a bright light to us. In addition to that, we launched a new mission in collaboration with Rising Hope. We're still trying to figure out what this is and how we're going to do it best, but we have been preparing, portioning, and distributing a meal to 150 people, 150 portions of a healthy, hearty dinner out of the Rising Hope kitchen once a month on the first Sunday of the month. We do give some of those meals away on Sundays, but we are still beginning this, and the community is still getting to know that we are there to offer this on Sundays. And so many of the meals that we have packaged, we put them in the fridge, and then those are the lunches, the lunch meals that get distributed to families coming to the food pantry of Rising Hope Tuesday through Thursday of the week following. What a wonderful gift that you all have given. We imagine as it gets warmer outside, as we meet more people outside, as the pandemic restrictions loosen, that we will only begin to serve more and more people in this community. Your giving did that, serving 150 meals on a monthly basis out of the kitchen of Rising Hope. In addition to that, remember, we dropped off on your porch these beautiful Lenten bags that helped you be able to worship well throughout Lent. And we dropped off not just to you, but we dropped off 90 of those with liturgies, with prayer cards, with prayer beads, with prayer timers, with charcoal and with cross tattoos so that you could participate in Ash Wednesday. We helped you worship well with the supplies, the materials of worship, and we helped others worship well as well. Your giving did that. Your giving did that. We had 9 quality online worship services, 3 of which were on Ash Wednesday, the others on our various Sundays throughout the last 2 months. And we engage regularly 50 to 60 families in online worship every single week. That's families, that's not individuals. Your giving did that. In addition to that, we have robust discipleship happening, and this is just the beginning of 2021. We had our Faith of John Wesley study that your giving helped make possible, where we could disciple adults in the history of the Methodist faith, disciple adults in what it means to be grace-filled Methodist Christians, what it means to be people who love mercy and who hate what is evil and who stay in love with God, even in this time during a pandemic when it's so hard to stay connected. And your staff have given their hours to making sure that your youth are discipled through this new program called God, the World, and Me. Though this program the materials of the program are funded by those who sign up for God, the World, and Me, countless hours have been devoted to the discipleship of youth from age 8 all the way to 14 during these last 2 months, so that we can get them on the road towards confirmation and they can begin to claim Jesus for themselves. We currently have in God, the World, and Me 14 youth participating in this program. What a glorious thing your giving has done. And so where are we? How are we doing financially? Well, in January and February, with all of that we offered the community, that we offered our immediate community of Kingstowne and the community at large engaging with us online and through Lent, our Lent bags, and through worship and through discipleship and through mission, our expenses came out at $24,000 for those 2 months. So on average, about $12,000 a month we are spending in January and February, and our revenue came in at $24,000. We came in in the black over the last 2 months, and I am so grateful for the ways that you have stewarded the church in this season. However, January and February are usually lower spending months. And so my message to you today, the message of the finance team today, is if you have not started giving to Kingstowne, but you are receiving the mission and ministry of Kingstowne during this season, I ask that you would start giving. Start giving online, start giving by dropping a check in the mail, start giving by texting your giving on Sunday mornings, start giving by giving through our Venmo option. We have made so many options possible for you to give in this season, because as we ramp up towards worship, as we move towards Easter together at Lee District Park, as we move into a season of beautiful weather where we will want to regather, our expenses will move up to that number that we quoted during our stewardship campaign of 13,000. 13,000 in giving is what will make the mission and ministry of Kingstowne possible. So we ask that if you are not currently giving, or if you're not giving currently what you know you can and what you committed to give, we ask that you would raise it so that in these upcoming months, as our expenses increase, as we gather back together for worship, that our revenue would meet those expenses and we would continue to be a thriving congregation. From your finance team to you, Kingstowne, thank you.